Hey folks, wanted to give you a couple of quick hits here. We are all awaiting, as I record this, in about 40 minutes, we're going to have the Humble conference call, and that's the big news for the day. But there's other things that were happening that you may want to know what's going on. Now, first of all, maybe in anticipation of the conference call, we had Humble up today. That's the conference call, by the way, coming up at 4 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Don't forget, if you want to email me, you can get me at Gmail there, Money and Politics Now at Gmail. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, there's the address there. You can stop and write it down if you want. But here's a good one. In anticipation of the conference call, perhaps, forwardly went up 20.45% today to 53 cents. And Humble went up 11.25% to close at $3.11. Back above $3. We still got a long way to go, but that certainly is good news. And as my son Thomas, who you may be familiar with the other day, said to me in a tweet, it's nice to be back up over 10% in a day and to feel that. Here's the action for the day, and you can see not only were we up the majority of the day, but we also were up on very strong volume on Humble, 11,850,000 shares, which is actually higher than the 10-day trailing average. Now, the other thing that was happening today, as far as the recovery, we had J&J vaccine halted due to blood clotting. That caused some concerns on the market, but I would say J&J is only about 5% of the vaccine market coming up. So I don't see that. I don't anticipate that stopping the recovery coming out as we are anticipating. And the other thing to keep our eye on, with all this money and pent up cash moving, inflation. The CPI came out, Consumer Price Index, and we were up inflation 2.6% year over year. The Federal Reserve's inflation target is 2%. Now, Jerome Powell said previously that the Fed would allow it to go up a bit over 2% because we've been so far below 2%. That is something to watch, and we can see this in the housing structure. So the other thing is, folks, and I don't have the chart right here necessarily. If you want to play over the next couple of months, I think the economy is going to be roaring. Okay, and so you want to look at the leveraged index funds. I didn't have time because we're going to be having the conference call coming up in about 30 minutes here. But you want to be looking at UPRO. That's a 3 times leverage on the S&P 500. You can play the broad market. Same idea on the NASDAQ. 3 times leverage the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ goes up 1%, this goes up 3, more or less. Not an exact science. Symbol T as in Thomas, QQQ. Okay, T as in Thomas, QQQ, and that has been up strongly. The QQQ, actually the UPRO from the beginning of the year is up 32.5%. Also, as far as playing the oils, we got Gush, we've got Dig, forgetting myself here. Gush and Dig are the way to play the oils. They've been in a lull for the last month. Dig came down from about 142. Today it closed at about 113. But those also are ETFs, and they can play the oil and gas. Again, recovery play. And I think these will start to really move over the next number of months. And then finally on the oil and gas, ExxonMobil, if you want to play that, ExxonMobil, so far this year, up 35%. And that's actually down. As I said, oil has been down for just about the last month. ExxonMobil had been up about 50% as far as from the beginning of the year until about March the 12th. So that's your quick hit. I just wanted to get that out because I'll be back later and we will be talking about what Brian Foote says in his conference call coming up. You can see it over that shoulder. And again, that's coming up at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 Eastern, and 2 p.m. on the West Coast. If you're overseas, hopefully you can do the adjustment. And in the meantime, if you want, give us a like, share the videos, join us, subscribe. About 50% of the people watching are not subscribers. So go ahead and click because we will be keeping you informed. And we will see you later again tonight after the conference call.